What's up everybody, this is Mike and I'm back again with another video. Today we're going to talk about the DJI MAVIC 2 Pro and all of the intelligent flight modes that this drone has to offer. Now is the time to urge you guys to subscribe to my channel because I will be putting out so many MAVIC 2 related videos that it's just going to be insane, and I really want your support. So if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and joining our community. That being said, let's take a look at all of the intelligent flight modes of the DJI MAVIC 2 Pro. So we have a couple of intelligent flight modes on the DJI MAVIC 2 Pro, starting off with Hyperlapse, Quickshot, Active Track, Point of Interest, Top Fly, and Cinematic mode. On top of that, we also have the switch on the remote controller for Sport mode and Tripod mode. And we'll go through all of them so I can demonstrate how they look like and what you can expect from them. So starting off with Hyperlapse mode, first we have 4 different types of hyperlapses. We have free, circle, course lock, and waypoint. First, we'll take a look at the free hyperlapse mode, and basically in that mode you are able to control the drone and control the gimbal as well, and during that time the drone will take photos in the interval that you have selected, and then it will combine all of these photos together, it will stitch them, and it will create a video that you can watch afterwards. The drone is quite slow when you move it because it takes photos every 2 seconds or every couple of seconds, so of course the reaction time of the drone is much slower, so you can just press on the sticks and move it forwards or backwards or sideways. It will move slowly, so you don't need to worry about that. The next type of hyperlapse is called circle hyperlapse, and it's actually one of my favorite ones. To use that mode, you need to select a static object and the drone will circle around it while doing a hyperlapse, and it's very impressive. I'm personally a huge fan of that exact type of hyperlapse because it just looks good. First of all, you need to select the object that you want to circle around, and the drone will make some calculations and it will operate around it just so it can calculate the position that it needs to take. So don't worry about that, but once you select that object, you need to go back and select the interval again and the final length of the video, just like the previous mode. And once the drone makes that calculation for you, you really don't need to do anything. The drone will do it by itself. You don't need to press on the sticks because that will cancel the hyperlapse. But here is the final result of that circle hyperlapse. Next we have the course lock hyperlapse, and in that mode the drone will follow a path that you have selected. So in my case the drone is going forward while taking photos every 2 seconds, and it creates a hyperlapse that it will be 3 seconds long in total. So once you select your position, you need to lock the orientation and you press go, and the drone will start moving forward while taking photos in the process. And again, if you press the control sticks, that will cancel the hyperlapse, so you don't need to press on anything, it will just operate by itself. And the last and the most interesting hyperlapse mode is called waypoint. In this mode you are able to select a couple of waypoints that the drone will follow, and you can operate the gimbal and the drone will remember the position of the gimbal, the camera, and everything else. So in that way you will be able to pinpoint the location that the drone has to go to, but that allows for so much creativity, so many things you can do in that mode. I am so excited about it. I cannot wait to play with it a bit more and create some stunning hyperlapses because that's just so much freedom that you have. So basically you set your points, the drone follows them and operates the gimbal and the camera by itself and follows the path that you have selected, and the results could be quite stunning. The next mode we have is Quickshots, and we are very familiar with Quickshots. So we have 6 different Quickshots. We have Droney, Circle, Helix, Rocket, Boomerang, and Asteroid. So I will quickly go through all of these shots. So first we have Droney. In this mode the drone flies away and goes up while keeping you in the middle of the frame. It's a nice shot. I like using that quick shot from time to time. In the circle quick shot mode, once you select the object that you want to circle around, you can select the rotation position, and then the drone starts making a circle around you, and that's it. That's the automated sequence that the drone makes. In Helix, the drone creates a upward spiral movement around the object that you have selected, and it's quite nice. To be honest, Helix is one of my favorite quickshot modes to use because it's just a bit different. The drone goes up while rotating around the object that you have selected, and it's just a bit more interesting to watch. In Rocket Quickshot mode, the drone goes up and rotates the gimbal down, so it creates that illusion that the drone is taking off just like a rocket, and it keeps you in the center of the frame. In the Boomerang Quickshot, the drone goes in a oval position in going around the object that you have selected, and you have the choice to select the position of the rotation of the drone, so it could be counterclockwise or clockwise. And lastly, we have the Asteroid Quickshot, which is something that we have seen in the Mavic Air. Like I said earlier, in that mode it starts like the droney quickshot, so it goes further away from you while also gaining altitude, and then it starts taking photos and creates that little planet effect that we have seen before, and it's interesting, but it's quite played out at the moment. The next intelligent flight mode we have is called Active Track, and that's actually Active Track 2.0, so this is an improved version of the previous Active Track mode. In Active Track, the drone will follow you, and in version 2.0 it will recognize you a lot better. It will keep following you and it will not lose you very quickly like it did in the Active Track 1.0. So this improved version of Active Track basically allows you to follow an object that you have selected. You simply need to draw a box around the object that you want to follow, and the drone will keep following that object, while you can also rotate the drone around the object by using this little slider that you can see on the screen. On the bottom left corner of the screen, you can see a green little icon which says safe. This basically means that the drone uses all of its sensors to follow the object that you have selected, but if you press on it, it can reach the maximum flight speed of the drone, which is 72 kilometers per hour, and then it's not exactly safe because the sensors will not be working, but if you want to follow a fast moving object, you will be able to do so by clicking on that icon. We have another Active Track mode which is called Profile, and that is very suitable for following objects from the side. So if it follows you while you're running, for example, that's the best Active Track mode to select. And finally, we have Spotlight Active Track, where the camera basically stays facing the object that you have selected to follow, and you can change the flight direction independently from the remote controller. But I think that's mostly suitable if you are following somebody else and not yourself. The next intelligent flight mode is called Point of Interest. Is a intelligent flight mode that we have seen before, but here we have a new improved feature. We have a vision point of interest and GPS point of interest. So before, you had to go directly to the point of interest that you want to circle around, and you had to be very close to it, but now you have the option to choose a vision point of interest. So the drone will basically use its sensors and it will do some calculations for you, so you don't need to go directly to the point of interest. You can capture it from a larger distance now, and you can of course draw a rectangular around the object that you want to circle around. You have a couple of settings that you can tweak, like the radius, the height, the speed. You can select if you want to go clockwise or counterclockwise. And once you do that, you can just press go and the drone will start circling around that object that you have selected. And you can still change the settings while your drone is moving. So if you want to select a slower speed, for example, you can use the slider and change the speed, and it will slowly get to that speed. It's not going to do any sudden movements. Coming up next, we have Tap Fly, and here this is another mode that I underestimated in the beginning, and during my ownership of the DJI MAVIC Air, I actually really started loving it because it's so useful if you use it for the right reason. So top fly basically allows the drone to follow a chosen direction, and you can use 3 different top fly modes. You have forward, backward, or free. In forward top fly mode, you simply tap on the screen to a point that you want to get to, and the drone starts going that way, and you have a slider on the right side of the screen with the current speed, which you can of course always change to something else. In top fly backwards, you can do the same, but the drone will start going backwards from the point that you have selected on the screen. So you tap, you press go, and the drone will start reversing from that point, and it will continuously fly backwards, and you can choose another point on the screen if you wish, and it will change the direction to that. And that mode basically gives you a lot of freedom to just follow the selected path. The drone will continuously follow it. It's just like course lock on the Mavic Pro 1, and it's great if you want to capture a time lapse, for example, or something similar. You can do that with that mode. And the final top fly mode is called free. Once you select a point on the screen, you tap on it and the drone will fly to it no matter what, so it will keep a straight line to that point. You can use your sticks and rotate the gimbal, the camera, move around, but the drone will continuously go to that point that you have selected, and that's so useful for some shots. I really like this free top fly mode. Next we have cinematic mode, and it's definitely one of my favorite modes to use because it's just so useful to have if you want to capture cinematic footage. In that mode, the drone will slow down the reaction time of the sticks, so if you release the sticks, it will not create a jerky motion. It will slowly come to a stop, and that will allow you to capture a lot more buttery smooth types of videos. And generally just everything slows down, everything is more smooth, everything is more precise. But you need to be aware that in this mode the drone is not as agile as before, so you need to be aware of the obstacles around you. And the final intelligent flight mode, which is not exactly intelligent flight mode, but it's a different flight mode that you can select from the switch on the remote controller, is the sport mode. So to activate sport mode, you need to push the switch on the remote controller to S. S stands for sport, and then you get a notification on your screen that the obstacle sensors will be disabled, so you need to be extremely careful about your surroundings and if there are any obstacles in your way, because the drone will not be able to detect them and stop automatically. I actually managed to go over the 72 kilometers per hour that the drone is advertised for, and it's so nice to see the drone move that quickly. It's like a little fighter jet. I just really love sport mode. And there you have it, guys. This has been my demonstration of the intelligent flight modes of the DJI MAVIC 2 Pro. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you did. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any of my MAVIC 2 related videos that's coming in the future weeks. And I'm super excited to share my journey with you. That being said, guys, drop a like for 5 videos in 5 days. It has been a lot of work for me to keep doing this, but I really enjoy it. So please show your support by dropping a like on this video, and I'll catch you in my next one. Ciao!